New this morning, a 10-year-old North Dakota boy is dead after an off-road vehicle crashed in the Northern Valley. The State Highway Patrol says the boy was driving a side-by-side four-wheeler yesterday near Mountain, North Dakota, when the vehicle tipped on the driver's side. Troopers say the child was thrown from the vehicle. They say he was not wearing a seatbelt or a helmet. Also new this morning, a woman was arrested after a construction zone crash early this morning. It happened just after midnight in the construction area along Main Avenue and 11th Street near downtown Fargo. Police say they had been trying to pull her over for a while before the driver crashed into construction cones. Officers think the woman had hit other things before ending up in this area because of the severe damage to the car's front bumper. Witnesses tell Valley News Live that the woman was taken away by paramedics, but police are not sure yet of her injuries. Contractors are gearing up for the next phase of a road and water main improvement project on 17th Street South in Fargo, and you should be ready too if you drive in that area. Crews will set up traffic control on 17th between 21st and 25th Avenues. Crews will start closing the south section of the road today. Over the next few months, they're going to start working their way north toward 21st Avenue South. The project is scheduled to be done by October. And here's a heads up about some road work that's set to begin in North Fargo today. Starting at 8:30 this morning, 3rd Avenue North between University Drive and 10th Street North will be closed to through traffic. Crews are replacing a water main there and making other street improvements. Work should be wrapping up in early November. 10 minutes now before 7, and it is a rainy start to our day. If you're just waking up, let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good morning. We have some of those springtime showers happening here. We're looking at rain in Fargo. This is from the tri-level, looking off to the east toward I-94, and you can see the wet pavement. Nice to see all those vehicles with their headlights on with the rain coming down here this morning. You'll need those windshield wipers for the rain and the road spray on some of these roads. East Grand Forks, nice green grass there, and the rain will help that along. But we do have some wet road surfaces there too. Devil's Lake, just a couple of sprinkles right now. Not so bad for you. Lake Park, you can see that drop on the camera and looking wet on Highway 10 as well. Here's a look at the latest radar. You could see showers lifting north, northeast here this morning. Focus has been northwest Minnesota and the immediate Red River Valley. It stretches as far west as places like Valley City. A couple of sprinkles again north of Devil's Lake at this point. But that's an area that's going to be drier today and get to see that sunshine first. Places like Detroit Lakes, you've been stuck with the rain all morning long, and some of it has been a little more moderate there. So picking up some rain showers there. Up to the north as well, there's some pockets of yellow and orange showing up on the map, indicating more moderate rainfall. Visibility is going to be down because of this. So again, be prepared for that as you're hitting the road this morning. And temperatures were ranging anywhere from low 60s east to some mid 50s west. It's 58 in Fargo, 57 in Grand Forks, light wind speeds right now. Here's a look at your hourly planner today. You can see the rain on the camera here in Fargo, and we'll continue to deal with that for the next, I would say, maybe couple of hours here in Fargo at least before the rain starts to end, and gradually watch our skies begin to clear heading into the afternoon. I have 75 today in Fargo. By 4 o'clock we'll be at 72, and expect to see that clearing happening sooner than that out west. Here's a quick look at that hour-by-hour planner, and taking a while longer over to the east, even by 5, still seeing some showers in our eastern viewing area. So today, a soggy one, but as we head into tomorrow, we're going to warm things up. We may see our first 80 of the season in many locations. Let's check in now with Devin for the Valley Today's Traffic on the Move.
Thanks, Lisa. We're finishing up our drive for this hour on I-94. We are heading west toward Bismarck. Now, as you can see, this rain has been coming down pretty consistently all morning, but it's really not affecting the morning drive. We're thankfully not at the time of the year where a little bit of rain is going to affect the drive. If it's coming down a little bit harder and affecting visibility, that might be a different story. But overall, just wet roads are the main issue there for this rain. I haven't really ran into any slick spots thus far. Now, as far as the traffic flow goes, it's definitely picked up a little bit since this morning, but still not quite at the level that we normally expect at the start of the 7 o'clock hour on these roadways. So the interstates are looking a little bit lighter thus far this morning. Now, the big factor for today is going to be construction. We've already heard a little bit about the big project starting today, but there's 4 really big ones going into effect starting this morning. Main Avenue is going to be expanding to 8th Street. They're going to be closing down 8th Street, Main Avenue intersection. So Main Avenue is going to be completely closed from west of 8th Street to west of Broadway. And speaking of Broadway, 7th and 8th, that's facing a closure between 7th and 8th Avenues. 17th Street South, as we mentioned earlier, closed between 21st and 25th Avenues, and various sections of 11th and 12th Street North are also going to be facing some lane closures. So just make sure to factor that into your morning drive plans. Now, we're going to keep checking out the roadways in the next hour of the park. What day is today? It is Taco Tuesday, so all day in the day at Taco John's. For your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
It's now 6 minutes before 7. The line is back open today for student drivers in Minnesota, ready to take their road tests. That service, of course, has been on hold since mid-March because of the COVID-19 outbreak. Priority will be given to those who had to cancel their tests while exam stations were closed. And when you do go, wear a face mask and be ready for a wellness screening. 8 people had to be rescued after their boat sank in Big Candy Ojai Lake near Wilmer, Minnesota over the weekend. That's southwest of St. Cloud. Authorities say the driver of a 1974 speedboat was trying to bring it up to speed on Sunday night when a portion of the motor and the boat fell into the lake. 4 adults and 4 children were pulled to safety by a nearby pontoon. Luckily, no one was hurt. Authorities say the age of the boat and the excess weight of the passengers are believed to have contributed to this accident. A Fargo woman contacted our whistleblower hotline saying she's disheartened that items from her daughter's gravesite are being taken. It's happening at Riverside Cemetery in South Fargo. The cemetery's manager says they've had an issue with thefts. They have surveillance cameras, but managers say it's hard to cover the entire cemetery. They recommend calling police if any of your items end up missing. A Fargo nursing home says it had to retest several people after an equipment malfunction at the state lab. Eventide says it was notified that 4 of its positive tests were ruled inconclusive. 82 people who tested positive for COVID-19 are being retested due to this malfunction at the lab in Bismarck. Health officials say the results are mostly from long-term care facilities and mass testing events. North Dakota health officials are confirming 40 new cases of COVID-19 and another death. That's a total of 54 deaths. 39 of those are from the virus. 7 are patients who died with the virus, and 8 death records are still pending. Of the 40 new coronavirus cases, 37 are in Cass County. 852 cases are considered active in the state, and 40 people are in the hospital. Minnesota, meanwhile, is reporting another 12 deaths and 745 new positive COVID-19 cases. The death toll in the state now stands at 881. 5,618 cases are considered active in the state. 605 patients are currently in the hospital. 248 of those patients are in the ICU. The Minneapolis mayor's crackdown on disregard for public health kicks in later today. Starting at 5 this afternoon, you will need to wear a face mask covering your face when inside public buildings. The mayor says the rule isn't about penalizing forgetfulness, but about cracking down on people with a blatant disregard for the health of other people around them. Area wineries are putting plans into place to get their vineyards open for the summer. But just like many places, things are going to be operating differently this year. The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live this morning with the details. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Lisa. Yeah, it definitely wasn't the spring that a lot of wineries were hoping for, but places like Dakota Vines Vineyard and Winery, where we're at this morning, they plan on opening up on June 4th. So June is now kind of the new month that a lot of them are going to be opening up their doors. I spoke with the owners of Dakota Vines, and they said their summer hours will now be Thursday and Friday 2 to 7 and Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 5. They are increasing their cleaning and will be using 6-cup flights for wine to decrease refilling of wine glasses. Tables are separated to encourage social distancing, and patio seating, of course, will be available. I think that's the best part of each winery, is to sit out on the patio. But the winery is encouraging people to use the app Open Table to make reservations so they can make sure they are keeping track of how many people are in the tasting room at one time. But 2 other local wineries plan on opening in the upcoming weeks, with 4E Winery planning on May 31st, and then Bear Creek Winery will be opening up on June 1st, but those will be private tastings only. So their whole winery won't be open. You'll have to definitely call and make a reservation. But I know a lot of us have been itching to get out of our homes and to explore the local wineries once again. So we'll have all those guidelines up on valleynewslive.com, so you can make sure you're following those guidelines before heading out to the wineries.
And Abby, I was just looking at the calendar. This is the last week of May, so we're talking about changes for June and summer really feeling like it's underway. We're just days away, so a great update. Go ahead and look at your calendar and maybe book some of those private parties as well if you've been itching to get out there. Abby Furchner, thank you so much for the update. It's now a minute before 7. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question, 20% of us say our barbecue has been ruined by this at some point. We had a lot of great guesses this morning. The answer, though, to this question, undercooked meat. I guess I like mine medium rare, but not everybody does. It was a very nice day yesterday to do some grilling. Today, maybe not so much. Remember, we post a question every weekday morning on our Valley News Live Facebook page, so go ahead and join the conversation. Here on the Valley today, we want to thank you for tuning in to watch our coverage. We want to reassure you that we're working hard to make sure you're staying informed during this COVID-19 pandemic. There are several ways for you to do that, including ValleyNewsLive.com, our VNL News app, and also on our Valley News Live Facebook page. All for free, with no registration required. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but remember, the Valley Today rolls on. Join us right now on the Fargo CW.